Hi, and welcome to I Love You More Than Gumbo with Jenny O. And today, I'm wearing my Pampered Chef apron, and we're doing a demo of how to make Pampered Chef brownies. These are so good. And no, they're not on my bariatric diet. We're making them for my husband. So what we're gonna use today is the mini serving spatula. What currently is on sale is the Brownie Set with the mini brownie pan and the brownie mix, $35 for the set. You can also buy them separately, and also separately you can get the regular size brownie pan. So if you want to look that up, I'll put the item number and the info in the description box. And welcome to my kitchen. The regular batter bowl, the classic batter bowl. And then I have some eggs. You need 2 eggs and a half cup of unsalted butter. And I just warmed it to room temperature so it's softened already. And what I'm going to read to you is what is on the Pampered Chef website about the brownies, because they are spot on. With the Brownie Set, and that's the mix and the pan, you can make the batch of most delicious brownies you've ever made, and that is true. They are chewy, fudgy, full of chocolatey goodness, and in my personal opinion, this is not in here, you get the edge every time. Now, if that's not your favorite, it is mine. You can just use your regular 8x8 square pan. And if you don't already have their stone pan, go ahead and buy it. It's on the website. I'll link it below. The set includes the brownie mix and the brownie bite pan. So the set will include those 2 pieces. Your brownie mix is made with high quality and allergen-free flours, and you can bake delicious brownies. They're soy-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, and even nut-free. But you can add nuts if you want. The brownie bite pan has 24 individual wells, making it the perfect pan for baking mini muffins, cornbread bites, and petite pound cakes. You can satisfy any sweet tooth while keeping the portion sizes small. So believe it or not, 1 portion, if I cut it in half, is a good little snack for me to have in my bariatric diet. And because diet is just another word for eating nutritiously. It doesn't mean cut everything yummy out of your diet. So I can have a nibble off of that, and it's not going to ruin my diet. I can have 2 nibbles. I can have 3 nibbles. I can have 4 nibbles. Whatever I'm comfortable eating that goes into my daily nutritious intake. So it's up to me. It's up to me. Yeah. How about that, Gumbo crew? And that's all we're going to say about that. So as you can see here, $35. Can you see it? I don't know if it's glaring. There it goes. $35. $35. What a value. And then the mini serving spatula, I will also link that below. You can also get the regular size, and it's going to have a little bit of an indent, if you can see that, so you can scoop with it and you can stir with it. You can do a lot with it. Sorry you can't see my face. I tried to get my work surface more in the shot. There we go. And then of course there's the classic batter bowl. I've had mine for probably 10, 12 years. There's also a smaller version if you want both, or if you want one or the other. I'll link them both below. The regular batter bowl holds 2 quarts. The smaller one is going to hold 1 quart. We use this every weekend when we're making pancakes, sauces, whatever it may be. So I'm going to take the lid off. I don't need it. Put that to the other side of the kitchen. And instead of having the type of measurements that will fade off in time or in the dishwasher, they are raised markings into the glass, so they will never ever go away. And of course the open handle design makes it easy when you need to pour things in to another vessel. Let's get started, because you only need these 3 ingredients. And I do have 4 eggs in here, if you can see that, because I am making another recipe later on. We'll get into that after I wash up the dishes. So stay tuned for another video. And if anybody is following my Let's Talk About My Weight series, I'll squat down here. If you're following Let's Talk About My Weight series, I'll just post an update. My weight as of today is 233 pounds. Yay! So that means I have lost a total of 54 pounds since February 2nd of this year, 2023. And we'll talk more about that later. And the Pampered Chef party that is going on right now through September 8th, 2023, I'm going to be posting more recipes on my YouTube channel and posting them in my party for healthy foods. But we're starting, oh, that's the oven, it's preheated to 350. But we're starting the party off with not so healthy brownies and caramel latte bread. Okay, so let's get back to the brownies. We're gonna bust open this bad boy. The first direction, combine in a large bowl the package of brownie mix, half cup of melted butter, and 2 eggs. Now, even though my butter is softened, we might just take the initiative and melt it in the microwave. How about we do that? Yeah. Now, if I really want to be a clean freak, I could have pre-melted it in this bowl, but I'm not like that. I prefer to put the dry mix in first, and then put the wet stuff on top. That's just how I roll. So yeah, let's get a little measuring cup out and dump this really soft butter in. Now, if you are a frugal junkie like I am, we're going to save this butter page. See how soft this butter is? We're going to save this because we do have to grease our bites containers. We're just going to go in with this. My hands are clean. We're going to use the paper and our fingers to grease the bottom of the bite squares. And I don't know if your mother ever taught you this, but mine sure did. We're going to have buttery fingers and a buttery paper. So you just go in and you smush the paper, move the paper, and when the paper runs out of butter, you use your fingers. And I don't think it needs to be said the first step was to wash your hands. Wash your hands. But it does say in the literature that comes with this pan to grease according to the recipe's direction for whatever you're using. And the directions for the baking part of this is to grease the bottom of the pan. I'm just making sure, go to the waste basket, making sure all of these, I have butter on all of my fingers, are nice and buttered. Or if you prefer to use shortening, you can use shortening. Let's grab a little bit of that butter. Some of these caught the end of the paper. But I think they're all nice and greased. This will assure they all just pop right out. That's the plan, Stan. Okay. Let me wipe my fingers off. And this butter is so soft, especially in this New Orleans heat. And I have got a soften menu. So I will just use that as opposed to the melt menu. Since that butter is already so soft, I'm gonna have to use an extra. I'm gonna keep an eye on that butter because it's so soft. All right, guys, so we've got this all greased. We've got this started. We'll just get the eggs incorporated real quick while we're waiting on that butter. I don't want it to get too hot because then it'll scramble the eggs. Let's see. that should be good. Even though it still looks like a stick of butter, it melted down so softly. I think we can just lump it in there and grab the rest of it out. And I think it'll go gently into the night. Yeah, that is pretty melted. Okay. We're just going to incorporate this all together. It doesn't give a minimum time. It just says let the batter rest for at least 10 minutes after you combine. And then we'll spread it into the pan and bake as directed. Now, spreading it into the pan, because they're such small wells, we will see how that goes with this thick batter. Brownie batter always tends to be thick, and we have small wells to fill. So this will plop down in there nicely, I'm sure. Now, if anybody has never told you, it's not a good idea to use an electric mixer with brownie batter because it is so thick. You can overmix it. You just want to combine. You don't want to stir very fast, very heavy. You just want to combine. As you can see, it's all combining really nicely. If you used a whisk, that would be too big of a tool because it would get stuck in the middle. You could use a bigger spatula. I believe I called this the mini serving spatula, and that's wrong. That's a terrific spatula. You got to get one. This is the mini mix and scraper spatula. I'm just ready for these brownies. The mix and scraper spatula, all of the scraper spatulas, the scrapers are going to be flat. The mix and scraper spatula has the well in it. But you could use the larger one. I find the mini works better with mixing, especially thick batters like this, because you see how it picks it up and we can just combine and combine and combine. And you can grab all of this powder and keep combining it, and you can grab it so easily and dump it. And grab, combine, and dump. And eventually you're going to have that full combined batter, and then let it sit for the 10 minutes after you've got all that powder done. And when it sits for that 10 minutes and everything gets acquainted and gets to know each other so well, we can put it into these little 24 wells and make us some yummy brownies. And the smaller the portion, the better it is for my diet. Now, just for nutritional facts, the boring part, but the responsible part. For one brownie, which is about 5.5 teaspoons of the batter, or the mix, I should say, it is 1.5 grams of fat, 110 calories, no cholesterol, 24 grams of carbs, 17 grams of sugar, but that is 23 net carbs. Not that that's big of a difference. So it is a lot, about half of what I allow myself at this point post-surgery to take in. So like I said, I would allow myself a half of a brownie bite. When I say one brownie, that is for this pan. The brownie bites are about 1/3 of that size. I think they're much less than half. I think they might be a little more generous than 1/4. They might be close to 1/4, but I would go with maybe 35% of that square. I'd have to do the math on it. That's the sad thing about being a math major in college, is that I get a little more accurate with myself and looking at it. And it might be 25%. It might be, but it looks more. So I'd say 35%-ish. So roughly 1/3. And we might not even fill up all of these wells. Now it does say spread into pan as directed. Nobody's directed me what to do, so we're just gonna wing it. Okay, it looks like I don't have any of the dust powder left, so we're all good and combined. I'm going to try to scrape as much off the side as I can so nothing dries out and we have a good batter sitting there. And we're going to set a timer for 10 minutes. So, hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. Okay, we've got about a minute left on my timer to wait for this to sit for 10 minutes, and I thought we could talk a little bit about some of the products. I did make a mistake when it came to preheating the oven. With the Pampered Chef brownie pans, you have to preheat the oven to 325. It's with glass dishes that you preheat to 350. So I went ahead and adjusted my oven temperature to 325. So that's corrected. Let's talk a little bit about the mini mix and scraper sets. These are heat resistant up to 650 degrees, and the handle, now that's the tip, so if you want to use it for scrambling eggs, things like that, and cooking, you can do that. The nylon handle is heat resistant up to 450 degrees, so that's pretty durable, heavy duty, etc., etc. They are fused together, the head and the handle. And of course, like I told you, they're available in multiple sizes. They're dishwasher safe. Sorry, you can't see my face. And there's one for every cooking task. I think there's 4 different types. So be sure to head over to my webpage and look them up. Oh, look, my timer's going off. It says it's done. So we're gonna get to putting these in the wells and then put them in the oven. But the mini mix and scrape, that's my favorite. And the full-size one is awesome too, but the mini is my favorite. It can be used for a lot of tasks. Omelets, you name it. So let's try to put not 5.5 teaspoons, because that's for the full-size pan. We're gonna cut that down to maybe 2 or less. Let's see how much it takes. I just got this pan, so I've never used the Bites pan. It's a very thick batter. Maybe I should use a scooper. Should we use a scooper? Pampered Chef has great scoopers. Scoopers they have from the small sizes all the way up to an extra large size that you can use for making large meatballs, etc., etc. So yeah, let's try using a scooper. I'll link these down below as well. So we're using the small scooper. Oh, that's perfect. That might, I think because I already put some in there, it might be a little too much. So put that back in the bowl. Yeah, 1 scoop is perfect. 1 small scooper. So get you one of those for the wells. Fill her up and scoop her in. There we go. We found the magic sauce. And if I find that after it settles we have to adjust the magic sauce, I'll let you know. And this is the 1 ounce scooper. And if you're curious how much I'm filling it up, I'm literally just filling it up to a level amount. And if any lingers, I'm just kind of working it off the edges. Because it is a little sticky. Get some of this worked off the side of the bowl. I'll try to grab some of this off the scraper. We'll get our tools to work together. Although, if you saw the sign in my kitchen, it says in this kitchen, we lick the spoon. That's the end of the task job, but that is not bariatric friendly. Bariatric life is a little bit different than pre-bariatric surgery life. So, I have had to make some changes, but I'm not taking that sign down. No, no, no. That sign stays. Boy, this brownie batter is so decadent. And you'll see when you pour the powder mix into the bowl, you'll see chunks of chocolate. And you'll know what I mean by decadent. And I'm sure if anyone who is a little bit more of a master in the kitchen, and I say master by home cook standards, not by Gordon Ramsay standards. Take the last bit. I'm one shy. I got to fill 23 wells. You could put liqueur in here, I'm sure. Like some orange liqueur. If you'd wanted to. You could put peanut butter, whatever your little heart desires. Maybe if I would have measured these out better, they may have filled all 24, but I got 23 filled. I'm just gonna tamp out any air, since I did use the scooper. And I'm gonna put these in the oven, as the instructions say, for 18 to 23 minutes. I had to check that range. So that means at 18 minutes, I'm gonna check them with a toothpick because they are small. I might check them earlier than that since they are individuals and not a pan of brownies. But it does say for the brownie pan, and that's the bigger one, to check them in that 18 to 23 minute range. So I will check them maybe at 15 minutes and do that. Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes. There we go, that was simple. See you in 15 minutes. Okay, so while we're waiting for the brownies to bake, we're gonna make some caramel latte bread. And this is what the package is like that you can order. And all the instructions are on the back. It's pretty easy. Once again, just a few simple ingredients, and I have them right here. Vegetable oil, water, 2 eggs, and your package of dry mix. And what we're gonna add to the mix is what I just showed you. So let's get that going. I've already greased my loaf pan. I don't have the Pampered Chef loaf pan yet. I do have my little silicone loaf pan, but I'll link below the Pampered Chef loaf pan so that you can order it if you'd like to. My hands are still a little greasy from making the brownies. And the kitchen is smelling terrific. So we're just going to stir until smooth. Package of caramel latte bread mix, 2 eggs, 1/2 cup water, 1/2 cup vegetable oil. I'm going to put this into my classic batter bowl and stir it with my mini mix and scrape. This couldn't get any easier. It really couldn't. All right. Oh, this smells good just sitting in the bowl. Now, if you do have the Deluxe stand mixer from Pampered Chef, you could use that. That's on my list of things to get. So far, I have purchased the grill, which we're gonna make some fajita chicken bites, or chicken fajita bites, I said that backwards. And we're gonna make some Asian chicken. And we're also going to make some Southwest chicken on the grill. I've also purchased the Deluxe blender. So I've been getting my big ticket items from Pampered Chef slowly but surely. But the mixer, the multi-cooker, and the air fryer are on my list to get. And I have been substituting some of the things I've had in my kitchen for ages with their new electronic big ticket items and have not regretted it one bit. The blender has been by far my favorite thing. I have made nut butters and smoothies with ease. It cleans itself, no joke. It has a button that you just put 2 tiny drops of soap with a little bit of water up to the number 3, and then you press the clean button. It heats up the water and everything for you. Okay, all I'm doing is incorporating, just making sure there's no dry mix. So far I don't see any. And this looks so good. It looks like a giant bowl of Werther's. You know, the Werther's caramel. Okay, I think I've got this all good. That was so simple. And now we're just gonna pour this. So this handle comes in so handy. I have nerve damage in my hands and have no feeling in both of my thumbs. They're just there for anchors and support, and they do their own thing. They have a mind of their own. So a handle like this comes in so handy. So if you're arthritic or have wonky hands like I do, this bowl comes in so handy. I'm gonna get a little bit more of that because I don't want to miss any of this delicious goodness. Scrape it all down. Now this is more for my hands benefit than put the bowl back down. Otherwise you could scrape it all yourself, but this is where I was telling you before, you could use it like a ladle. Just scoop it all. See? And there it goes. Don't miss a thing. And it's coming all out. And like Steven Tyler says in the song, you don't want to miss a thing. Or is it thang? Oh, that smells so good. I wish there was smell-o-vision. Okay. I think I got enough out of there for myself to make myself happy. All right. Got one more tap. That is like thick caramel. Oh my goodness. And we got the bowl pretty cleaned. We're gonna wait for those brownies to come out. Hey Siri, how much time is left on my timer? Yeah, we've got a little bit of time left to wait. So you saw that took me 6.5 minutes to introduce, mix, pour into the loaf pan, And now I have to wait on those terrific smelling brownies. And I'll come back when it's time to pop this baby in the oven. All right, my timer went off. Let's check these brownies out. And I have Pampered Chef's cake tester, so we're gonna use that. It came out clean. They're done. Got the oven amped up to 350 for the bread. Once that beep goes off, we're gonna put the bread in. Let's get the tried and true Pampered Chef cooling rack and set these bad boys up to cool. There we go. Now the good thing about the Pampered Chef cake tester, it has the probe to stick in. You check if it comes out clean, it's ready to go. But it also has a releaser. You see this little flat part? You can put it into the edge to release. You see that? Comes right out. So this is a wonderful gadget to have in your kitchen. It is sharp on the end, so you need to be careful. Forgive me for going back and forth. And it comes with a protector edge. After you wash it, you can put this back over, store in your baking drawer or whatever drawer you have in your kitchen. So this is a must-have. If you're an avid baker, you need to get this. I love it. The beeper went off. You know what that means? Time to put this in the oven. All right, so we're ready to go. We're gonna put this in the oven for 40 to 45 minutes, and then we'll check it. I'll see you then. Hey Siri, set a timer for 40 minutes. Okay, you guys, timer went off. So let's see what's up with the bread. Oh, it looks delicious. Okay, let's check it with our cake tester. Came out clean. We're gonna let that cool in the cooling rack and then we'll slice it. So, it smells so good. I can't wait to pop into that. Okay, you guys, this thing has proven to be worth its weight in gold. And its releaser qualities is great. I haven't used it on a cake yet because I just got it the other day. But yeah, it's working like a champ. And the brownies, they are cooled and ready to get popped out of the tray. So let's do that. Let's just get a little paper plate to put them on for right now, because my husband is taking a nap. Let's move this out of the way so you guys can see how great this works. Like, you just put the releaser in, and they, of course, thanks to the butter, they're gonna pop right out anyhow, but this makes it so easy. Just slide it in the side and it pulls right out. It's so simple. And I did try one at a bariatric friendly bite. They are gooey and they have the perfect edge quality without being crunchy or hard. It's just chewy, ooey, gooey goodness. And they are so rich, chocolatey, fudgy, decadent, everything you want a brownie to be. I'm gonna gift these to my coworkers and save some for the hubby. Oops. This releaser is the best. I'm not gonna ruin my pan with a knife or any other type of tool that would put scratches in my pan. This is amazing. And that scooper measured out the perfect amount of batter. So yeah. And that'll be so easy to clean. I'll let my hubby pick out how many he wants. I'll take the rest of the guys at the plant tomorrow. So this was great. This was so easy. You can't see my face, I keep forgetting that. But this has been a lot of fun. I'm gonna come back when that bread is cooled and we will slice her up. And I'm gonna bring that to some friends. Of course, I'm gonna have a little bite, but my husband won't eat a latte bread. He doesn't like coffee, so he's not getting any of that. The guys at work are gonna have some treats. All right, I'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay, y'all, so my husband tore into about half of the brownie bites, and there's not much left. But this has cooled off enough that I think I can slice into maybe a slice of it. So let's do a taste test. You ready? Okay. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's too big of a bite. That's even too big of a bite. That is so good. And it's not too sweet. It's just right. That is so good. I would even take this bread batter and put it into the brownie pan, the full-size pan, and make little ones. This is delicious. I'm gonna have 2 bites. That is so good. This is perfect to serve at brunch. That is so good. Yeah. 2 bites, that's my limit since I had the brownie earlier. Okay, this was so much fun. This bread, look how good that is. It's so soft. Oh my God, served warm. That is perfect. Maybe a little bit of cream cheese on it. Oh, that'd be so good. Or even just butter. Oh my goodness, that is so good. Yeah. So good. I don't have the Pampered Chef bread knife, but you can get your bread knife on my website, pamperedchef.com/pws/JennyO. I'll have it linked below. I'll have everything I use linked below. And I'll even have my party link linked below. If you want to shop in my party, we're doing shared rewards, which means there's going to be a collective amount of all the orders together, and depending on how much everybody orders collectively, the whole group gets a discount, and it goes up and up and up and up till it maxes out at 25%, depending on how much everybody orders. The structure will be explained in a pinned featured video at the Facebook group. If you want to be invited to the Facebook group, just send me a shout out in the comments below and let me know your Facebook handle, and I will send you an invite. But yeah, if you make an order in the party link, you'll be included in the collective discount, and you'll find out on September 8th what that discount is. And it can be anywhere between 5% and 25%. The more people order, the higher the discount. Right now we're at 5%. That's as of September 3rd, 2023. It's a 5% discount. And the more people order, the higher it's gonna go. Every $100 increment, it goes up 2.5%. So yeah, it's only gonna get bigger. And it'll max out at 25%. So yeah, keep ordering, everybody. And the party just started less than 48 hours ago. So the orders are coming in. But these are the first 2 recipes. I've got at least 3 to 5 more recipes coming up in the next couple of days. So keep an eye out. And don't forget, I love you more than gumbo. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Mwah.